Planes, large fuel-consuming monsters that are a big hazard to the environment. Thousands of liters are spilled every trip and forward good, because flying a 70-ton aircraft is significantly more polluting than driving a car. Let's compare the two. Truck versus plane, Ford versus Boeing. A trip from LAX to IAD. How environmentally unfriendly are airplanes really? A road trip between the two airports is a 4,300 kilometer drive. According to Ford, the F-150 uses 10.9 liter gasoline for every 100 kilometers. When extrapolating this to the full distance, 469 liters would be used. Calculating the fuel a Boeing would consume on this trip is not as easy as for cars. Fuel usage of a plane is heavily influenced by a lot of factors. The most obvious ones are probably distance, speed and weight. Other variables with big impacts are wingspan, wing area, engine efficiency, Oswald efficiency, zero lift drag coefficient, fuel density, fuel specific energy and cruising height. The latter can be converted into air density and speed of sound. Using all this information, several factors can be calculated. First, the so-called aspect ratio. This is defined as wingspan squared divided by wing area. Secondly, the speed of the aircraft. We can now calculate the aerodynamic drag, which exists out of two parts, the zero lift drag coefficient and the drag coefficient due to lift. The sum of these two, the overall drag coefficient, can now be used to calculate the required power to counteract the drag. Combining this with distance, fuel specific energy, engine efficiency, speed and fuel density, total fuel usage can be found, a total of almost 12,000 liters. When dividing by the number of seats, fuel consumption differs about 20%, but when load factor is also taken into account, the Boeing is clearly the winner, especially when travel time is added to this list. Aircraft don't seem to be that environmentally unfriendly. Okay, yes, I have to be honest here. I did pick the worst vehicle from the top 10 most used cars in the United States, but the same can be told about every other car that is on this list. Even the best one, the Honda Civic, cannot compete with the Boeing. These cars will only start to be more efficient than a Boeing when you cram 4, 5 or even 6 people in them. But these are not the only cars that exist. There are way better vehicles available today, cars that only produce 4 liters of gasoline per 100 kilometers. Why are those not in the top 10? And yes, I know, cars and aircraft run on different types of gasoline, and that may alter their environmental impact, but we can at least state that for some routes, planes are the better option. And when traveling in larger groups, efficient cars will be more sustainable. So for now, there is no best way of long distance traveling. It all depends on your origin, destination and mainly the size of your group. So don't protest against planes. For some people, flying is the best option. Instead, try stimulating people to make the right choice. Whether it be flying or driving, make the environmental choice. And if you are driving one of those fuel consuming monsters, please, for the sake of the environment, get a different one.